But we thought we'd tease you a little bit and get the man himself to read out his review. And if I was you, I'd pay attention.
Nestled in a nest of caramelised white chocolate is the egg. Actually, a snowy quenelle of super smooth pear sorbet.
Matt's reading the review and I've forgotten the first sentence by the time he's got to the second sentence. I mean, I'm in real trouble.
It sits on a slab of slightly sour poached pear and fresh pear battens. Mortaring the pear to the plate is a sticky slick of treacle dark soft caramel whose nut butter notes echo the nest of salty sweet roasted ganache spaghetti.
I can just hear a ringing in my ears and I have no memory of what he's saying. There's just too many words.
Contrasting this fruitiness is a bittersweet blitz of walnut praline unevenly scattered with salted walnuts, both smashed to a rough rubble and as a soft powder, and sweetened by the molasses hit of very good brown sugar. Crisp spreads of desiccated pear skin over the sorbet bring more texture to dessert. It is all about contrasting the creamy with crisp and crunch. But then the bird that laid this egg is all about balance.
Whoever came up with this deserves a prize. It's the first challenge that I've thought is absolutely amazing that I've gone, I don't want to be down there. It's like doing a jigsaw puzzle, but with food.
So Matt's review says, this sits on a slab of slightly sour poached pear and fresh pear batons. And the last sentence says, the subtle sourness of buttermilk. So I'm assuming that I need to poach the pears in the buttermilk. At this stage, I'm feeling good because I think that's a little bit of the description that I've worked out that maybe not everybody will have worked out. Next question, what does the pear look like? All the review says is a slab, and that means nothing to me. I'm thinking about my plating, and I think that half a pear would look nice.
I wouldn't have done half a pear. It would have just been a slice. It's a case of presentation. That's very open for interpretation.
The review clearly states there's a crumble made from walnut praline, salted walnuts, and walnut powder. This is going to balance sweetness and saltiness and bitterness of the dish.
I think I know how to use some of these ingredients that some of the others might not.
Look at this, yeah.
Beautiful. So I've got walnuts that I've coated in walnut oil and some salt, which I'm also roasting for salted walnuts. Yeah. And then smashed to a rough rubble, so we'll put some of them in a soft powder. Soft powder's going to be the walnut oil and maltodextrin.
Oh. Have you seen that before?
I have, yeah.
First one that's used the maltodextrin with the walnut oil.
Yeah, he's got it.
He has, isn't it? He could be onto a winner.
Yeah.
There's a walnut dust, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be maltodextrin mixed with walnut oil. Maltodextrin is a powder made from tapioca starch that's got a unique property of absorbing oil. So you can use an oil like walnut oil, and it turns it into a powder, but still tastes like walnuts.
The spaghetti in the iced water didn't work at all. I don't know what I'm missing. I can read this review 15,000 times and it's still the same to me every time. I can't figure it out.
What is in here that I can't see?
I'm looking in the box and I haven't used the vegetable oil there. The method of chilling the vegetable oil comes into mind. Both in a technique used where you pipe ganache into icy cold oil and it sets it really firm. So hopefully that works better than the first time. It's all or nothing. I pipe it in and it holds shape. It's holding together. But I'm not satisfied with it. It is a little bit oily, so I'm going to try it just dry. I'm just going to try and pipe it onto the bench and see if it holds shape. I try it and it doesn't work. It sticks to the bench and I can't get it off. So out of the 3 methods I've tried, I'll be using the oil method to do my spaghetti.
I'm hoping that the nest is right.
Come on, you did a good job.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Huh? I'm proud of myself.
Yeah?
Coming into this competition, I'm thinking, what's 3 things that I would hate to do
that I would really struggle at. I can't do cryptic crosswords or puzzles. No recipe and a dessert. So it's like, I'm really proud of what I've achieved. So.
If you gave that to any number of apprentices, young cooks, and just gave the description, said cook, you know, made the caramel and sorbet, whatever, with no recipes, I think they wouldn't do as well.
No.
I'll be honest with you.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Well, I think it's time for us to taste.
Thank you, enjoy.
Thanks, Brent.
Cheers.
I think he's done a good job.
He's actually managed to deliver what looks like a spaghetti nest.
Yeah.
You know, he might have done it in an unconventional manner, but you can see the individual strands. That's impressive. To actually have no picture, no tasting, 169 words to work off, I think he's done a really good job. Nice kind of burnt butter flavour in that soft caramel, and that roasted white chocolate flavour is great. I'm lacking some of the texture that comes from, you know, lots of that crumble, but the pear battens are beautiful, and they add that freshness. It has some variation in terms of texture and flavour, which make you want to come back for another mouthful.
I think he's done a wonderful job. He's made the spaghetti, and there's a lovely flavour there. The sorbet, that it is slightly sweet, but at least it's pure in flavour. And I taste walnut.
Yeah.
And as you said, this dish is about walnut and pears.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that.
Wow.
You know, the first thing I look at is not the dish, but Ben's apron. There's hardly anything on it. You were the cleanest out of everybody.
You know, I figured out during this whole process that the best food I cook is when I'm organised and clean, and when I get myself into a fluster and get messy, that's when things go wrong, and it's so true.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah, well,
We'll see you soon.
thank you.
Thanks.
I think Ben has probably done the best job of picking up on the clues that were in that review.
And he was organised, he knew what he wanted to kind of get done when...
Absolutely.
Let's taste.
I like how he's left the skin on it.
Ooh. Is it set, is it?
Yeah.
So it's it's not the soft caramel we wanted.
No.
It's a shame. Can't get it off, can you? No.
It makes so much difference to the dish when you have that sort of almost talcum powder, soft walnut powder, that combined with the bitterness of the praline is just an essential element to this dish. It looks like garnish, but it's so important. But gee, that sorbet has just got that sweetness.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just, you know, bang, right pears.
As soon as you put it in your mouth.
Yeah, you just go, there's no mistaking it, is it?
Yeah.
I'm really, really pleased about that. And I think the poached pear's delicious too.
for me, if there's a problem, there's not enough roasted white chocolate ganache on the plate. We didn't have that sense of white chocolate ganache chunks of it that we had, say, with Brent's dish.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about the dish at all anymore. Everybody's got different elements, everybody deciphered the instructions differently, and I don't know whether I've done enough or whether I've completely mucked it up.
Look at all that caramel.
How do you think you've gone in terms of balancing the sweetness, the saltiness, the sourness, the freshness?
I like the separate elements of my plate. I am concerned with my, I guess, heavy-handedness. I think that clearly, you know, yours is light and delicate, mine looks kind of terrible. But I would do it differently next time.
Look, you know, it's a really hard challenge. You know, the elements are there, the colours are there.
Yeah, thank you. Ta, thanks. Thank you.
You know, there's elements of that I think look really pretty and really attractive. Like that little mass of caramel looks pretty good. So does that pear. and some of those little crumbles that are scattered around the outside.
Well, shall we taste
Love to taste it, absolutely. Look, some of the negatives straight out. Obviously, the ganache is a fail. It didn't work. It's not a nest. There's not enough crumble, absolutely. But elements that are really good, the pear, poached in the buttermilk.
Still has some texture.
Yeah, she's done that bang on, which is great.
Look, I know what this dish is. It's not crumbly, it's not light, it's not savoury.
She failed to pick up on using the maltodextrin in order to get the powderiness of the walnut crumble. So that's a miss. The soft caramel at the bottom probably could have been even more bitter. We lacked a little bit of salt for me in the
Very sweet.
This was an incredibly difficult challenge to judge, simply because the usual rules were thrown out of the window. But after much discussion, we've made our decision and we've made peace with that. One of you is about to leave the MasterChef kitchen. Ben, we think you captured the essence of Dave's dish, and that's why you are safe. Well done.
Thank you.
Brent. You were the only one to make that spaghetti of white chocolate ganache, so you're safe.
Yeah, thank you.
Tracy, RENAE, it comes down to the two of you. For this dish, it was all about balancing the flavours and most of all, tempering the sweetness. Only one of you managed to do that. RENAE, I'm sorry. The dish was too sweet, and that's why you're going home.
Okay. All right.